I'm here. Happy afternoon, Monday afternoon. It is Monday afternoon. And we are talking about, well, I was going to say pop culture news, but really it's Justin Baldoni, of course, and Blake Lively and the latest crap that's coming out about them. Who's here? Nobody's here yet. But just in case, if anybody is here, let me know that you can hear me okay. I think I have Instagram on. I'm Reality with Kristen Marie. This is the Who Started You On podcast. And I talk about reality TV, but I usually talk about Housewives during the day and pop culture at night. Afternoon, like right now. I just wanted to make sure you guys can't hear my fan. And that's my latte that I can't stop drinking. I'm addicted to them. But yeah, so nobody's here yet, except for TikTok people. But yeah, so again, I'm Reality of Kristen Marie, and I am on the Who Started You On podcast. That's on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, all of the above. Also, you can please, when you go over there, if Apple, Spotify, can you please leave me a 5-star review? You can just download the episode again. You don't have to listen to it again. Be nice. I could do some reviews of our ratings. I'm sorry. And if you can leave a review too, and I take constructive criticism very well. If you want to watch the crazy live instead of just audio, you can come over here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around noonish and 4 p.m. to see me act like a play with my hair, can't sit still. Well, I am interacting with the live chat, and yeah, so let's see. So, okay, a bunch of stuff happened, and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but Blake Lively is supposedly supposed to add an amendment to the complaint, right? Hey, Lady Virgo. I was kind of waiting for you guys to all get here because I kept changing the time. But let me know if you can hear my fan. Because for some reason, I'm really, really hot. I need the fan on me, but I can't. I mean, I usually have the sound. It's not, noise canceling is what I was trying to say. But yeah, so earlier, I did find the statement from Atlas, who played Atlas on the movie. I'm sorry, It Ends With Us movie. I did see he didn't really say anything. I had the interview, but it was just, his name's Brandon. But then I saw the complaints too, that we don't know if they're real or not. And we'll go through them too. I have them, and yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Allegedly, these complaints came from, they were just sent to a bunch of, I guess, like TMZ and all, and they didn't want them. They said they didn't think they were legit. And then Zach and Dana had talked about them, and they don't believe they're real either. And at this point, I really think that she should settle. I feel like the more stuff that comes out, it's just getting worse for her. I feel like you file this complaint or whatever, you make these allegations against him, and you admit you screw everything up. You take things out. You take things out of context. You remove words, emojis, making it look like a lot of different stuff. Smear campaign, essay, the whole thing. So all these allegations, right? They're horrible. Everybody's like, "Oh man, this is horrible. I'm so sorry that you went through all this." And, of course we're going to take her side, right? No, I didn't realize that was you. Now I do. Because that's, sounds horrible, right? And then so she says she has all these things to back it up. So I never usually, weekends I never answer the phone either. You text message me, and so I know that you're calling, I might answer. But I'm usually just doing so many things, But yeah, I mean, let me know. So then Justin releases his lawsuit book in retaliation to the things that she first alleged. Okay. And it was basically the truth. It was everything that she had already put out, but the whole truth, receipts, proof, timelines, that she had screwed things up, and then in the meantime, you got the PR people, they weren't really smearing her, and he was just getting a PR crisis team on it just in case, because obviously look what happened, because he actually did need them, but it didn't actually, the fact that he didn't have to do anything, she screwed her own reputation up, and in the meantime, ruining his and screwing her own up, and he didn't have to do anything in retaliation. It was just happening, right? So then she gets mad, with the truth being out, you would think that, like, oh my God, it's black and white. Like, now we don't have to worry about believing one or the other. We can just look at it for ourselves. We can see it black and white. That's the magic of receipts, proof, and timelines. You get to see it for yourself, right? We see the truth. It seems like she's losing her mind, right? You would think that her husband is a logical man. You know, she might be Amber Heard 2.0, but you would think, like, there's no way there's two of them, right? Like, there's no way that he's going to actually, because I'm like thinking to myself, where's Ryan Reynolds in this? Like, there's no way that this man's going to be okay with destroying another man's career unless there's some real fucking hate. Like, he really dislikes him and, like, you know, making fun of him in his movies. It's like, so yeah, like, you're going to think, like, oh my God, yeah, there's got to be, like, so much more. Like, or he's going to see these receipts and realize his wife's a whole ass liar. Like, oh my God, she's been lying to me, manipulating my whole marriage. Like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I just had a kid with her. You know, I left my Scarlett Johansson with her. Could you just? I'm like, that's what I was thinking he was going through, right? Thinking, like, how am I going to divorce her? Like, look at how crazy she is. And now, and then it's like, no, he's like, oh yeah, look, it's just like, it's like he doesn't see it. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like, do you not? And like, don't you? And it makes you feel crazy because you're like, well, wait a minute. Like, I think I see what she really meant, or he really, you know what I mean? It's like black and white. And it's like, well, does he really actually believe it? So then she says a couple weeks go by, and I don't know what her deal is. Like, the people are starting to come out against her and basically taking Justin's side because, again, it's not about believing one or the other. You can just see it for your own eyes. Her allegation she made, that's what she said happened. Nothing more, nothing less. He goes and he debunks it, kind of. You know, there's no such thing. You don't have to worry about, you know, oh, did it really happen? You know, there's audio, video, text messages. I mean, he can't get any more, you know, proof than what he has, right? Because against the allegations that she's already made, nothing more, nothing less. Then all of a sudden she's like, oh, that's not good enough. Like, I don't know what happened, but now she wants everybody's text messages. Now, 2 days before she said she could have an amended complaint. But in the meantime, we have to wait till like March of 2026 for this to go to trial. Like, what the hell is this doing in the meantime? I mean, is she going to just keep making allegations and making them up? My whole thing is, okay, so now you want to see everybody that's involved, text messaging, phone records, subpoena them, which we found out now I think is illegal. I don't think they were allowed to do that. His lawyer had wrote a letter to the judge saying, yeah, what? That's kind of illegal. My thing is, why do you want his messages for the last 2 years? So you've already made your allegations. What do you is there something you forgot? I mean, what do you need? You're trying to find what? It's like, what else is it that, like, you should have just put it all together in one, right? So it's like, to me, you're making shit up. You want to see your phone records, and then I'm thinking, is she obsessed with him? She wants to know every text message he sent to everyone, like his wife, and what are you trying to find out if he was going to leave his wife for you? Or like, I'm confused. Like, why do you want to see all that? What do you think you're going to see that they haven't already provided? And I would hope that the judge would say, well, let me make sure they're relevant before we release them. You know what I mean? Like, let me make sure, like, I would make sure they're all relevant to this case. And hopefully they turn around and say, Blake and Ryan Reynolds, we like secure text messages too. Because I guarantee that smoking gun is with their messages. I guarantee if we look at their text messages back and forth during the time, they're talking about how they're going to screw this guy up. Like, how they're going to completely, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, Ryan Reynolds seems like he is, like, in on it. And again, this all happens, right? She says, I'm going to have an amended complaint on Monday, or it's supposed to be there by like Friday, and then announced this weekend. Over the weekend, which I didn't think this was a big deal, until somebody kind of pointed some things out. They go to SNL. I'm sure you guys heard of it. I'll play all this stuff in a minute. SNL, and I think it would be weird if they weren't brought up somehow with everything going on and then being there. I would think it was weird if they didn't do anything. Or, I don't know, at least no comment. I don't know, something, right? Acknowledge their presence. What they did, it was kind of like a joke. It was kind of Ryan's stupid little, what did you hear? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what did you hear? Like, what the fuck do you mean? But anyway, I'm just being an asshole, but like, then that was all it was. And I'm like, that's no big deal. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? But then I'm like, everybody's like, oh, he's making a joke out of it. I'm like, yeah. You know what? And I'm like, if he's really serious about what he hates, you know, this serious case that she went through all this stuff, why would you make a joke out of anything? Why would you laugh about anything? You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, so they're going to make a joke out of it. But it is SNL. It's not the time for seriousness, but maybe not say anything, just acknowledge their presence and, you know, maybe do like how you guys doing? Oh, interview, like a small little, I don't know. But everybody's like, no, he's making a joke out of it. But to me, yeah, I kind of agree. And I also feel like he did it with Deadpool too. Like, he has been making a joke out of all this. He has been clowning Justin. And it's like, if your wife is that serious, and like everybody allegedly hates him and all these fake complaints. Now, I don't know if Blake put these complaints out. I don't know where these things are coming from. That the I guess it's some content creators are getting, but if it's coming from her and they're not filed in the courts or whatever, and they're just like, and they say it's something about Sony, if they're fake or made up, she's in a lot of fucking trouble. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is this? And they say from her camp. So I'm going to open them up, and I have Dave Neal's podcast episode because, like I said, he can say things way quicker than I can. Hey, Lady Virgo, you're the only one here, aren't you? Well, there's a lot of TikTok people here, but I wonder where everybody's at. But yeah, I think it's pretty wild. But let me see what we can do here. I was like, no, it came up like, oh, it says L. I have to show you what it says on my thing. It comes up. I must have saved it as LV, and I'm like, who is? I didn't know what it was when it was ringing. I didn't recognize LV, and I'm like, who is this? I didn't realize. But then I'm like, I know this number. But yeah, we can talk later actually if you want. I got new makeup, by the way, and I was thinking about you. And I was like, I should when I tried on, I should ask you if you want to do like a tutorial with me or something. Because remember we were talking about that before. And yeah. But all right, so Zach and Dan, I've been talking about this a lot. And Dave Neal and Candace, of course. And again, guys, I so recommend you guys go over to Candace's thing, and if you watch her Becoming Brigitte series, it is why fucking old. Yes, please, yes. If you want later or tomorrow or something, you know what I mean? We have time. But oh my god, it's so wild because I swore that everybody was in the know. Gabby has said to me, Gabby, our French, she used to be like my assistant. Like, we were close with her for a long time. Our French girl. Like, she basically said, she goes, oh yeah, the president used to be a man, married to a 14-year-old student, transgender, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I was just like, oh, cool. Like, I thought it was a known thing, like, no big deal. I thought the 14-year-old student was all fucking weird. That nobody was like, oh, you're a child molester. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was a little odd. But then the whole story is even worse. Like, she wasn't this hot pinup doll teacher when she was a teacher and when he was a student. They made it sound like she was like, a supermodel, dressing with short skirts and stuff. It's just, the story is so fucking strange. It has so much to it and so much twists and turns and weird things and weird people and people missing and people popping up and brothers missing, sisters dying. Like identities being changed, lying, about 20 years of your life missing, no pictures of your wedding, your kids, anything. Imagine being married to somebody for 32 years and having no pictures of anything, of the wedding or nothing, no pictures of your life for that entire time. Just happens to have, from the age of 10 to like 39 or something. Nothing. You're supposedly married for 32 years, but you're seeing wedding pictures. And the guy can't ever find a picture of her. So it's so crazy. I thought it was going to be like, I thought I knew the story. And then I'm like, I didn't know it was a denial. They deny it. They completely say she's a woman. She's not a woman. She's not. She's her missing brother, allegedly. I don't know. Just saying. I'm crazy. Don't listen to me. I tell fantasy stories. Everything I say is alleged. I'm a crazy person. Fucking wild. I fucking really believe it. Oh my god. Okay. Let's open some things. So let's start with the complaints. Let's see. Where's that? I'll try to find the right one. Yeah, read that color. All right, we'll use Zach's little thing here. So Instagram, no, Instagram's there, guys. Hey, Instagram. I gotta unmute it for a second. Okay. All right. So stream. Okay. Yay. So, okay, everybody that's watching, please hit the like, comment, share. I'm not, I'm sure you guys could be watching Candace and Dave Neal and way better journalists than me. I'm just using the content that I hear from them because first nobody tells me anything. These pillows are fucking annoying, aren't they? They're so annoying. I'm trying my little pillow in the back is my little stuffed animal guy. Because my back always hurts. But anyway. Krista. Okay. There we go. Screw it. You guys can see my little person in the back. She's so cute. But it's like for my back. Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay. Okay, so this is Zach explaining what happened, and then I'm going to go to Dave's podcast, who actually has the breakdown of what the complaints were. And allegedly, these were supposedly. I'll let Zach say it real quick. Hopefully, he doesn't care that I'm doing this. And uh-oh.
So the first complaint is believed to be Blake Lively. Not a ton of new information in this complaint, aside from the fact that it shows that there was possibly a formal complaint that was filed to Sony, but not to Wayfair, which is interesting because all three of these complaints were filed to Sony, and yet Sony is not named in this lawsuit. Blake is not suing Sony.
Yeah.
The second complaint is believed to be from Jenny Slate. Now, we heard her name leaked a week or two ago, and possibly this could be Blake Lively's smoking gun that could be coming out in her amended complaint that's supposed to drop this upcoming Tuesday. Now, this allegation that people believe may be Jenny Slate is in reference to Baldoni touching her back, possibly her butt. She claims her butt and says that it made her uncomfortable, but he was trying to adjust her posture, but it was an inappropriate touching. And then the third complaint, now it's uncertain if this third complaint is coming from Isabella, who played young Lily in It Ends With Us, or if it was from Blake Lively, but it could possibly be either of them. Now, these are confidential complaints, but we have seen, with the original CRD complaint that got leaked to the New York Times. And so I'm hearing that these documents have been circulated and there are multiple content creators that were given these documents.
Okay.
Donna Bowling and I were the first ones to actually report on it, though. And in today's new podcast episode, we dissect it, right? Because they have a lot of redacted information. Specifically, the date of the filing of these HR complaints is redacted, which means they could have been filed last week for all we know.
Oh my God.
Another possibility is that this is being leaked by Blake Lively's team to muddy the waters or to just get this information out there. And these HR complaints could actually be entirely fabricated.
What?
We don't know. We just know the amended complaint is supposed to drop on Tuesday, February 18th. And right now, it looks like this could be part of the information or the biggest smoking gun that Blake Lively's legal team may be bringing to the table, especially since Jenny Slate's name has already been floating around for a minute.
What?
But to me, the biggest red flags are the redacted dates of filing and the fact that Sony, which technically if these HR complaints were filed to Sony, then I would assume Sony would then be the one responsible for protecting everybody on set. And if three different actresses were able to file three different complaints against Baldoni, then how was production able to continue on? And why are we barely getting these now? Why wasn't this included in the initial?
Also, please, can you follow Zach Peter, No Filter Zach Peter's podcast, his thing? Because I'm obviously using him to explain what we're going to look at in a minute.
Filing the CRD complaint or the lawsuit back in December.
He knows what he's talking about.
From Blake Lively. Lots of questions, but we break it all down in detail on today's new podcast episode. So be sure to tune into No Filter with Zach Peter and let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment below.
I don't want to play all that. Okay. So again, are these complaints new? Where's the dates? Why aren't the dates on there? Why are they redacted? And why are they just getting put in there now? You know what I'm saying? What is the deal? I don't get the fact that and again, if there's all these extra amended things, why is it not there the first time? What did you create in the meantime? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Let's see what Dave Neal says. Also, I don't know if you guys saw the Saturday Night Live thing. It wasn't that big of a deal. to me. But again, it seems that if you think about it more, it seems like he's kind of like mocking this whole situation, and or like kind of saying, "Hey, ha ha, we made it to Saturday," because there's a lot of celebrities there. To me, it was rhymes with Bugatti Club. They illuminate, you know what I'm saying? Kind of those people is what it reminds me of, and the dark is starting to come to light, so we're starting to see like Tom Hanks was there. Tom Hanks to me has a lot of Mandela effects attached to him in his movie. So to me, he just freaks me out. And I just feel like he's part of the, that club. I'm just saying this is all my opinion, straight my opinion. Like I said, I tell fantasy stories. Don't listen to anything I say. I'm just a crazy person. Everything I say is made up in my made up brain of my own theories. Let's see. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But here's page 6 of SNL, okay? All right, stream, save. Page 6. Ryan Reynolds made a joke about his wife's. Let's see. They're gonna play. Oh, here it is. I mean, how come I can't hear this? I hate when they do that. Okay. Now this is the two hosts talking to Ryan Reynolds.
I have a question. Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds. Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
America is hooked on the most thrilling reality show on television.
I just want to go
Like,
home.
he's making fun of this whole situation, and it's like, no, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess, like I said, it would be weird if they didn't acknowledge him because of everything that's going on. So to me, it's like, I don't know. Everybody's like, everybody's gonna pick it apart. You know what I mean? The biggest thing is these complaints and like, where did they come from? And like, let me see if I can open them. That's the Ryan Reynolds thing. I'm really like, I make a big deal out of it at first. I just feel like, again, if you're, what did they want him to do? I don't know. It's not like he made a joke about it. He just like, what have you heard? And that was it. I mean, I could have waved to him, but I mean, that's it. And it's like, what are they supposed to stay home? I'm probably pretty positive that this was planned a long time ago. Like, it is the 50th anniversary. Kath, hey Kath. Can you hear my fan? Is everything all right? I love you too. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I mean, it's just these 3 complaints that came out that are supposedly Sony should have had them, right? And they're like, from what? Let's see the complaints actually. It's just Zach's. This might be Zach's. All right, not Zach's. The talent agency. What is this? Okay. So, okay. Ariel Emanuel. Who was that? Ariel Emanuel, his talent agency, WME, dropped Baldoni, 41. Okay. He dropped it. Was a client December shortly after Lively 37 filed a sexual harassment suit against Baldoni. Freakonomics podcast. He continues to support them. Okay, what's that all about? I want to see the complaints. Oh, forget it. I'm trying to find this freaking thing. It says complaints right here. Never miss a story. Well, all right, that's not it. Oh, wait a minute. I have them in my. Okay, here's the complaints. All right, guys. I'm still teaming. And then HR complaints. Okay. All right, I have that. Blake civil complaint. So she says. Again, I don't know if they're real, but oh my god, I can't see the thing. Oh. Why can't I see? Oh. I mean, I can't read it. No. Stupid things. Oh. This is a fucking crazy thing. All right, sorry. The notes that I have, for some reason, didn't transfer over. I'm going to do this mouse and get them. Fucker. Okay. All right. Let's see. Timeline recap. We got the sexual harassment, creating harassment. Baldoni did not get anything to do. Blake Lively. Where is the thing? Okay, these new complaints. The subpoena thing, that's ridiculous. Blake. Okay, subpoena. Blake's team is digging. Blake's legal team subpoena Baldoni's phone records, like I told you. They want to prove that Baldoni led a smear campaign against Blake. We know. So when his Bryan Freedman clapback called a fishing exposition, we know that part. And hoping to find something that I don't know what they're looking for, right? So they went on SNL, and we played all that stuff, right? And then Brandon Sklarner, whatever his name is, he was just doing an interview. Like I said, Atlas doing an interview, and it was like at the very end, she's like, "So whose team are you on?" That's all they wanted to know was whose team they were on. And he's just like, "Oh, I just want this all to stop, and we should remember what the movie's about." But why don't you tell your friend Blake? Your friend Blake is the one who created this mess. This didn't have to do this. So you wanted to stop, and people would think about the movie. It's not going to happen because your friend Blake is a liar, pants on fire. So there you go. And then there's complaints come out, which I'm trying to get. Okay. Alleged HR complaints. So the 3 complaints at service alleged with Sony supporting Blake Lively's complaints. Just Baldoni, however, the authenticity of these documents is under scrutiny, with debates online about their legitimacy. Okay, and then we saw that with Zach. Okay. And then, okay, that's all I explained it. That all we have is like, we can actually see them. And then Ryan Reynolds' appearance. Oh my God, that was crazy. And then, WME has advised him to cease public actions against Blake Lively. That's crazy. And allow the legal process to play out. Incorporating these clips in their HR complaints. Okay. Where are they? Where are they at? Where are the HR complaints? They're in here somewhere. Fishing. Okay. Well, trial, I said, it's not till March. That's so crazy. But not this year, March. Next year, March. Ugh. Oh my God. So, man, that $400 lawsuit against them. Defamation. Man, Sony should have it. Yeah. Why can't I find complaints? I want to actually see them. Okay, understand reactions. I guess that's just the ones that Zach had complained. I guess we can't find them. Well, I think it's absolute crap. And where were they before? And it's a shame that literally, like the guy that played that part, that played Brandon that played Atlas, he wants everybody to worry about, like, get back to what the movie was about. Well, the movie is, unfortunately, we can't, because she made a mess of everything. And she made basically turned it into like this. It's all everybody thinks that. And we forget about the movie. I tried to watch it this weekend. For some reason, I can't find it. But, so I was trying to find that freaking thing. I can't find it. I want to go to Dave Neal. Maybe he has it in his thing. Yeah, I feel like too, like the Saturday Night Live thing, it's just so weird. It's just a distraction from everything, basically. I mean, what else are we supposed to do with it? You know what I mean? I just feel like at this point, there's no, if they weren't acknowledged, it'd be weird. It'd be really fucking weird if they didn't acknowledge them. But let's see what Dave Neal's podcast says. He gives updates all week. He said he was going to link up with link up with Zach, because Zach talks about it more, which is like, oh, good. Just forget about little me. I guess I don't know. Nobody sends me anything. I'm just saying. Nobody sends me anything. But all right, guys. Let me see. Go to Dave now because he has the best content on this. And I also want you to support him. He's also going through some crap with, like I said, that girl that got pregnant by Clayton, one of the bachelors, but not really. Like it didn't really. It's crazy. It's a whole thing. But Dave, no, if anybody's in the pack, you guys put his name in the What is this? What the fuck is this? All I want to do is get my Instagram and my YouTube people. Okay. Okay. He's probably live right now at the moment. Becoming Brigitte is on again. Another plane crash? Another plane crash. Holy crap, another plane crash. Oh, shoot. Another plane crash. Hi, Tony B. I literally just turned on YouTube Live and I just saw there's another fucking plane crash. Huh. Watching what on X? What happened? Who's watching what on X? Oh, no, they're watching on, it's TikTok. What, can you see it? I didn't know there was another plane crash, guys. I just got, okay. Delta, uh-oh, all right, hold on, I'm going to play it for you right now. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ. Guys, this doesn't look good. It's Pascal. I'm going to put Pascal on. He's live right now. Look at this plane. When did this fucking happen, guys? Let me start from the beginning.
Here that some amateur videos are out there showing.
Start from the beginning. Sorry.
I thought this was AI for a second there. I'm going to be really honest. I swear.
Okay.
And this.
Okay.
Right here, we got to get into this stuff.
Okay.
There's a lot to look at. There's a lot of stuff going on. People are talking. This is crazy. Okay. Man, oh man. So, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Crush it, do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, show some love. Hit that follow button over there. Subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe over there. The Pascal Show Clips. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure both notification bells on both platforms are set to all because I'm always doing something that's random or it is.
I get the point.
So a Delta airline plane.
There we go.
Was landing in Toronto.
Look at this shit.
And crashed.
Look at this fucking shit.
And flipped upside down.
Another one.
I'm not kidding. Flipped upside down.
A plane crash.
Okay.
This is Pascal. Please follow him.
I thought this was AI for a second there. I'm going to be really honest. I swear on sweet baby Jesus. When I first saw this, I said, wait a second. This cannot be real. This has got to be AI. I'm sorry, instantly, because I'm like, how is this even possible? And we're hopefully going to get down to the nitty gritty of things, but first we got to get into some of the meat and potatoes. This is what I saw first. Well, actually, a variation of what I saw first. It was this. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, let's take a look at this footage.
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Plane crash. It's upside down. Fire department's on site. Upside down. Everybody. Most people appear to be okay. We're all getting off. Some stuff going on.
Take a look at that. First off, just feast your eyes on what we're seeing right here. Okay. This time, instead of it being, let's see, lost in the sea.
Oh my fucking.
All right. Instead of it accidentally crashing into another jet and hurting people, whatever.
Yeah.
This time, this plane flips
upside
down. Yeah.
Why? How?
Now, from what I'm understanding, which is also very good news, there has been no casualties.
But why?
That we know of so far. Let me just say that we know of so far. Right now, they're saying 8 have been injured, at least from right before I came into this office and was getting everything set up and getting in here to talk to you guys about all this. Don't worry, I'm gonna roll this again. I'm just gonna get rid of the sound because it's just pretty. The image speaks for itself. But as you can see, I mean, first off, I'm gonna say thank to the powers that be.
How did this happen? That
everyone is okay from what we understand. What we're gathering is 8 have been injured, but the wings are gone.
The wings are gone?
That's what I know somebody just said, yeah, where the wings at?
The wings are gone?
Yeah, they're gone. Okay? They be gone. I don't know. They're gone. They snapped off.
These people jumping out of
I don't know how this happened. And I'm hoping that they're going to have some sort of explanation. Hopefully there will be an explanation on what happened here. But what is going on with our planes lately?
Yeah.
Because now we're seeing planes just dropping and just everything's all messed up.
hourly flight, if you will, that goes back and forth into from the United States right into Toronto on a regular basis. I did want to, underscore to pick up on the conversation you were just having, though, in terms of the recent string of aviation incidents, Tom. This is going to yet again raise the concern about FAA staffing, air traffic control staffing. Now, this is a Canadian air traffic control tower, and this is under Canadian authority once it crosses the border. And yet, as you know, there has been this talk about maybe staff cuts at the FAA as a part of President Trump's effort to trim down the federal workforce.
Don't blame him.
And yet, as you also know, the FAA has been complaining for years that they are understaffed in critical job positions, especially air traffic control. I was having a conversation with somebody today about whether air traffic control in America is being affected by the staff cuts. So far, not to their knowledge, and yet other positions related to maintaining critical equipment appear to have been cut. So this is going to feed into all of these recent incidents, and the safety of the total air traffic system is going to be very much a part of the conversation as we go forward, at least on this side of the country, of the border, I should say. Let me just underscore again, this is a Delta regional flight, and as a result, you were talking about maybe 75 to 85 or so passengers on board, part of that normal routine. By the way,
how did this happen, guys? Did it land and it just didn't stop?
RJ, the regional jet, this is a Bombardier, so it is made in Canada. And these jets have a history of being a very robust plane able to handle colder conditions.
The workhorse of those regional airlines and those air fleets. We got some ATC audio of when this accident occurred around 2:18 Eastern. Let's listen in.
I want to see the flight thing.
This airplane just crashed at 23. 7105, full up ground.
I want to see. What the fuck you mean?
That's basically all we have right now. Essentially, the moment when they realize.
Bullshit.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta roll that back. That was freaking fast. Say that again.
Fuck out of here, man. I'm so this is it's not happening.
What
is happening?
This airplane just crashed at 23. 7105, full up ground.
That was fast.
That's all you got?
She's like, airplane just crashed.
Yep, airplane crashed. Yep.
Right.
Another one.
That's basically all we have right now. Essentially, the moment when they realized that airplane had crashed. Tom, one of the things these major airports like Toronto Pearson have is their own fire departments, and they can react and get to these planes within seconds. As we see two of those vehicles from Toronto Fire right there over that Bombardier that has been flipped over.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is a requirement according to the International Air Transport Association, IATA, which is essentially the global airline and airport regulator. If you're going to be accepting and sending commercial flights into the air or coming into your airport, you've got to have professional fighters and updated equipment on site and able to get down to the runway.
Okay. 85. I remember. How do you not remember? Okay, well, that's that. That's crazy. That just happened. I was looking for the information on Blake and Justin, and I was like, oh, guys. Breaking news. So, hey, Tony B, thanks for coming back. So, all right, let me get back into the Justin and Blake of it all, because I just can't believe these people are crazy. They're all nuts. I can't believe that this chick is doing this. I don't know why she doesn't just settle at this point. I mean, you kind of have, I don't know. I feel like she's, why can't I get back to my, what happened? Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. Okay, what the fuck? What if I do? Okay. So, what do we got? I guess I just went through it all. I mean, there's not really much more to say. It's like, I wish the amended complaints were there today, because I don't know why she would. I don't know what the hell she's going to do. I don't know. I don't understand that the phone records thing. I don't know if the judge got to like put some kind of a kibosh on that or something. They actually wrote to the judge. The judge, I don't know what they said yet, but his team's telling him to stop to stop putting things out, but he's got to, like, you know, defend himself, because it's going to take his career. Think about how much time there is until the trial, right? Just say he wins, or he's going to win, or he has all. But it's a long time, right? Until they go and they prove that. Like, some people might just be tired of looking at it and don't want to deal with it, and he might lose a lot of work in the meantime, because, like I said, it's a long time to court. So at this point, like, for his reputation and his, like, livelihood, I wouldn't stop defending yourself in public. You know, because I feel like this is what it's turned into. It's definitely turned into a public, a PR, a moral court of law. You know, like, we're the ones that are, like, you know, I don't say the Bravo court of law, but, like, the pop culture court of law. Whoever's going to be hiring him and watching him and making them relevant. I don't know. I just don't understand if she had all these other complaints or something. Where are they? Why weren't they filed? You know, and why didn't Sony know about them? Like, you know, I guess they don't just. I guess Zach doesn't have the actual complaints. I guess I don't know. I don't think they do. Let me see. And who they're from. I guess Jenny Slate. Just, like you said, some of them are redacted. So maybe he does. Hold on a second. I mean, I don't think. Again, it's not any more smoking guns from what she originally. Okay, here's. Okay, all right. Here's some Dave Neal stuff just an hour ago. Okay, good for him. Like, yeah, there's a plane crash, and I was like, oh god, guys, look at this. All right, so Justin Baldoni gets public support from IA editor, while WME boss Ari Emanuel gets slammed. Good. All right, so let me fast forward just so I don't get in trouble. Everybody, please follow Dave Neal on his podcast, please. Oh. Normal. That's not normal.
Good afternoon, everybody. On this President's Day, Monday, February 17th, 2025. I've got all of your news for your rush hour ride home, but chances are you're not even working today. Although it is one of our biggest days ever on the channel. We are having so many big stories break out, so we're going to jump right into it. On today's episode, a quick Bachelor preview for tonight's episode. Also from Bachelorette, we have Andrew Spencer and his dad getting out of prison after 20 plus years. I'll share what Andrew had to say. Some box office updates. And then the WME boss, Ari Emanuel, versus...
Gets okay.
Her complaint system of him backing the highest dollar of the star power of Blake and Ryan when he might be on the wrong side of history. Here's what Candace Owens had to say.
Speaking of people who just
okay, sorry, start from the beginning.
He said he fired Baldoni.
Okay.
Complaint. I'll have that story.
I'm glad they're showing him. Play.
We've got our friend here, Lauren. I think she was the one who broke this story. Our friend Lauren here on YouTube. If we could just have alleged leaked HR complaint, I'll have that story for you next. So I met my pal Lauren here covering the Laura Owens Clayton Eckert case. She's a psych evaluator and has great insight into the way the mind works in calling BS out. And she was able to come across this comment. So go give her YouTube channel some love. Again, we need to get her subscriber count up to 10K. She came across this comment on Perez Hilton's channel. So he made a video showing the HR complaints that we discussed earlier today. Now, it's pretty widely thought that the HR complaints are bogus because they don't have any dates. Everything's redacted, and it just it's information that hasn't come from a credible source, and news mags aren't picking it up. Either way, could it be true? Yes, but we have no, it's like, obviously people are kind of looking at things with a sort of skeptical eye. Well, here's what Jackie London had to say yesterday, again, reported by our pal Lauren. I've worked with Justin for many years, and he actually brought me on for this project as well. He wanted to bring me on as another female editor, one that he knows has a history relating to the subject matter that could help with some of those crucial scenes. This is absurd. It's disgusting. This is not who Justin is whatsoever. I've worked on multiple projects with him. I've met his family. I can assure you none of this is true. This is the first time I'm actually commenting on any of this because this is insane, and I just feel horrible for his family and for his kids. And again, that got 1,500 likes, and a ton of people have seen this. So you're starting to see enough is enough come out from these cast members. Now, could you have worked with him in post-production in the edit bay? And it turns out he also harass someone, yeah, absolutely, that could be true. But I also think it speaks volumes that people are starting to come to his side. And of course, we've just shared video of Brandon Sklenar being asked about it on Good Morning America. And while he was previously Team Blake Lively, now he's staying out of it. So people's energy has shifted, and you have to give people a little bit of time and space for that to happen. So what happened over the weekend? WME boss Ari Emanuel was on a podcast called Freakonomics, and he called Justin Baldoni, I guess Justin Baloney. He said he fired Baloney. I don't know if this is a strategy by him to take the pressure off of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, but I don't think it's working. Bryan Freedman, power attorney of Justin Baldoni, responded, Mr. Ari Emanuel is notably one of the best agents and clearly the most loyal in Hollywood. As I understand it, Justin hasn't been called Baloney since the 5th grade. Perhaps Ari's perspective would be different if they had ever met in the half decade they were clients of his agency. Oh, I think that's actually very interesting. That kind of shows how elitist Ari Emanuel is, that he hasn't even met his own client.
Wow.
Ari Emanuel, CEO of William Morris Endeavor, WME, is mocking Justin Baldoni and throwing his support behind Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, explaining why he fired Baldoni from his talent agency.
Are they delusional? It's so crazy. I'm sorry.
So again, we covered this over the weekend, but now we're finding out from other people, we're getting the rage response from people saying, yeah, this is so messed up in the sort of the class system of him backing the highest dollar of the star power of Blake and Ryan when he might be on the wrong side of history. Here's what Candace Owens had to say.
I love Candace.
Speaking of people who just lie, let's talk about Ari Emanuel. You may have missed this. Ari Emanuel is a very powerful guy. He is, you could argue, the most powerful person in Hollywood. He is the CEO of WME. That is the agency that is involved in this lawsuit. Obviously, the agency that instantly dropped Justin Baldoni when she filed her complaint, initially the CRD complaint in Los Angeles. And essentially, I did not know this, he is actually Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' agent. So they are his clients. You have the CEO, chairman of WME and Endeavor, and these are his clients. So Ari Emanuel decided to appear on the Freakonomics radio podcast show. The episode is not dropped. It played on the radio, and it's already broken in the press, but we could not pull the clips yet because they had not yet put it up on their podcast. It's due later today. And he discussed what was going on with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. And I'm going to quote you what he said, the various quotes. He said, quote, I am a ride or die, and they're good people. I've known Ryan and Blake for over a decade. They're really incredible people.
So anyway, we haven't received the audio of that Freakonomics episode yet, but I'm sure it'll be coming out soon. We'll have to see if these quotes make it into the final cut. Here's what Steph with the Deets had to say about Ari Emanuel in his controversial past. Oh boy.
Oh, let's talk about Ari Emanuel, shall we?
Sure.
And Ari, you were responsible for this video because I would have never spoken about you because honestly, I didn't really know who you were until you opened your big mouth. This guy is like a huge hypocrite. He's talking about how Blake didn't feel safe, blah, blah, blah. Just wait till you see a mini deep dive of his controversial history. First red flag is that 3 years ago, they welcomed P. Diddy to WME. I literally cannot find a single article saying that WME dropped Diddy, but obviously there are several about Justin Baldoni being dropped. They proudly dropped him and let the world know. But let's also talk about how WME and Ari Emanuel tried to keep an agent who assaulted Terry Crews. WME agent Adam Vanit resigned from the company as part of WME's settlement with Terry Crews over his SA. After the extended legal battle between Crews, Vanit, and the company, the super agency's initial response to Crews' allegations was to sweep the incident under the rug. This incident is where the agent Adam Vanit had groped Crews' groin at a party. According to the Esquire profile on Crews, a few days after he was assaulted, he told Ari Emanuel, co-chief executive of WME. He said, I was assaulted. We're not talking harassment. In response, Emanuel said that Vanit would lose a lot of money in 30 days and asked if that would be enough for Crews, who said no. After Crews went public with the assault, Vanit was placed on leave. And then later, Crews had brought the legal action against WME, and that was the only reason Vanit formally apologized and resigned, because that was
so you can see here, and again, go follow Steph with the Deets for all the info, but you can see here, I always say this about corporations, they're psychopathic, they don't feel feelings, right? They're just there for their bottom line. Hollywood is the worst with that, and agents are the worst because they're blood-sucking leeches, right? They just make money off of the talent. But if a talent makes a lot of money, they'll do anything or say anything to benefit that talent. Now, am I saying that these agencies are run like mob rule? Well, not exactly, but it's cutthroat as hell, and culture and the systemic issues that can exist within these companies, people get away with murder, almost quite literally, because there's people making money off of it. So you get to see someone like Ari Emanuel. He doesn't care about Justin Baldoni. He doesn't care about victims. He cares about keeping the company, making a lot of money, and attracting top tier clients. Wouldn't it be nice if a bunch of actors came together and decided to?
Literally doesn't care about the truth. That's the messed up part. And how do you not? It's like we don't have to worry about believing anybody because we can see it with our own fucking eyes. What she alleged, and then what the truth is in black and white. So we don't have to worry about. That's the magic of this complaint. That's the magic of receipts, proof, and timelines. Is that you can just look and believe your own eyes. But for some reason, there's people that just think that his, now take it into consideration. Okay, just say his character sucks, right? He has a horrible character. He's like a horrible friend and all that crap. But like that still wouldn't make that true. Like it still wouldn't change. You know what I mean? Just because he's a horrible person, it doesn't mean it would make like his character make it true what she says, what she alleged. Because what she alleges things that you can prove that are not, that didn't really happen. Like the text messages, like the video of them dancing, like how she thought there was no audio, but there really was. So she lied about all that, lied about all these other things. The water birth of Jamie, the producer's wife, the other producer, director's wife, the water birth, like saying it's porn, and the 2:00 message that she plays for, and she plays and says he sent her at 2 a.m. and talking about babies on her boob when she actually originally sent him one at 1:50. He was just responding, like things like that. And all the proof that he has going back and forth with his team, how he wasn't doing anything wrong, and she's crazy, and like proof about the whole time that they're shooting the movie. They're starting to see what she's doing, and then their worst nightmare came true.
With another agency, I don't think that'll happen because everyone's out for themselves, but it would be nice. All right, so that's going to do it for our Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni conversation right.
Let's see, there's more. He's got more. Yeah, I did that Ari Emanuel guy. I didn't know how important he was to the whole thing. Where's the other stuff that we just had? Dave. I can't believe there's another freaking plane crash. Lively hijack us. That's Dana Diaz-Adana. I'm not telling her. Let's go get a show. So, like I said, Dave can say.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
Adam. Oh God, no. How to get to Adam? How to get to Adam? Do you want to hear Adam? Is this from today? Something about Jax. Why not?
And happy Monday. All right, guys. Well, welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2. We're back to talk about some Brittany Cartwright, some Jax Taylor, and the car that is now becoming controversy, which I don't understand this, you guys. The Gorgas bought their son a car.
What?
The car has now made its way into becoming a little bit of a controversial topic. The reason being is because they bought him a sports car. But also, at the end of the day, I'm like, have you seen some of the cars that some of these
They're talking about Jill Joey. Oh, it's
housewives have gotten, or the housewives and their husbands have gotten their kids?
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen them? Because they've spent a lot of money. Okay, we're gonna get into it. Smash the like button, show some love, and let's start right here. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Take a reality blurb. Brittany Cartwright hinted that things. Well, there were things that happened between her and Jax, which made their co-parenting relationship.
I'm gonna let Adam take over for a minute while I go take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. I'll be quick, guys. You don't have to take it really bad. I'm gonna let him listen to it. It's fast forwarded. It's on speed ahead of
relationship even more difficult. She also addressed if she's seeing someone special, what it's like being single, and if Lisa Vanderpump has reached out.
Okay.
Now, in February of last year, Brittany announced her split from Jax. We all know Jax, and she filed for divorce a few months later. But throughout the separation, the exes have swung back and forth between friendly and not so friendly relationship. There's a lot of things about Jax and I that you guys will find out throughout the new season that I can't really talk on right now, but it's been really hard for me. That's what she said. There's been things that happened within the past couple of months that you guys will find out about that made it even more difficult, but we're really, really trying to push through. I think within the past couple of weeks, he's really been trying to step up and be better. And I'm hoping that it continues that way. And I'm always just waiting for things to crash because that's just been my life lately. But things can be good one moment and then things can be bad the next. Yeah. She also addressed what it's like being single. She said, I can get lonely sometimes because I'm used to being in a relationship for like 10 years. Somebody's with you 24/7. But my favorite thing about being single is not having to clean up after anybody. And she said Jax will come over to the house and sometimes help with things and when they're getting along. But she's not selling the house. Her restaurant Brits and WeHo is set to open in late March. It was pushed back due to the recent wildfires. And she was asked if she's seeing someone special. And she said that she's having a little bit of fun, has some crushes, but she's not in a relationship. Now, though she's kept in touch with Ariana Madix, though, she said Lisa has not reached out even one time throughout her divorce with Jax. But that doesn't surprise me. I honestly think that Lisa always is, and I don't think of this in a bad way. Unless it's Stassi Schroeder, I feel like Lisa is always in favor of the guys on the show. At least that's how it appears. To be fair, I've never had this conversation with Lisa. I wouldn't know this to be a fact. I think it's just a matter of the way that you see it from the outside looking in. It just kind of seems like she will stick up for the guy. I think I'm basing it off of watching her defend James Kennedy the other day and said that she talked to Ali Luber. I was like,
okay, sorry guys. Whew.
Okay.
So
that seems a little wild.
I'm
Like, why are you defending James Kennedy? And
I'm selling the news for us. Play.
if it was an isolated event, maybe that would be one thing. But knowing that it was multiple things that happened, how are you defending James Kennedy? I guess that is what didn't make sense to me. But anyways, seems like she's doing good. The co-parenting, there have been things. I think that happens with anybody. I think that that's normal, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I really, really don't. But let's move on. We're done here. I wanted to talk about this. Yeah. Melissa Gorga appeared on Jeff Lewis's radio show on Monday, and she admitted to being upset about the car her husband, Joe, purchased for Gino, their son.
Oh, Gino.
I mean,
sports car.
I'm not surprised that she was annoyed, but also, like, that's his son. And I think that... didn't her daughter get a Porsche SUV?
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I think she got a Porsche. Anyways. She also revealed how the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast member Lisa Barlow helped her launch her new sprinkle cookie line, Sprinkle by Melissa Gorga. And she confirmed that she was embarrassed by Joe's selection and confessed to giving her 50-year-old husband a week-long attitude. She said, Gino has a new car. Joe did this. This was not it's a little embarrassing. I have to say, I did not approve of this, by the way, but Joe I think Joe grew up with his dad getting him. I'm not even going to justify it. I didn't agree with it. That's all I have to say. But that wasn't all she said. Instead, she went on to admit that the vehicle showed up at her home without so much as a heads up from Joe. It was a surprise for me and Gino, mainly because it's a sports car. It's a BMW 4 competition. It has a stripe on the front. He's a very responsible kid, but it's still a 17-year-old boy. Yeah. She said, well, Jeff actually chimed in. He said, you don't buy a 17-year-old a race car, which the price starts around $84,000, which is expensive as shit. But this is the car, in case you guys haven't seen one. I had to look it up. Looks like one of these. One of these. But like the race car. Competition series. Let's see. Yeah, like this. I mean, this is a fancy as shit car. I don't know. Well, also, though, people are like, oh, well, that must be nice. And for Joe's probably like, yeah, we work our asses off. It is nice. So what are you going to say? You can't really, I always leave people alone on things like this. But according to Melissa, she made it clear to Joe that she was not happy about the purchase. And she said the attitude I gave Joe for like a week, it was like serious. But during another moment of the show, she revealed that it was Lisa Barlow who approached her about doing a cookie line. After a joint appearance between them, the audience people were screaming, Team Sprinkle, we love sprinkle cookies. And she looked at me when we were driving home in the car and she said, why don't you have a sprinkle cookie? And I said, I've been working on it. It's in the works, but I haven't been happy with who was making them yet. And I keep trying and I'm not happy. And she said that she knew a guy who could help. And she said, she knows someone everywhere. And I said, really? I said, I've been looking and I almost had a deal. I was going to do it with ShopRite, to be honest. And then I ended up not doing it. So she introduced me to him and I drove up there, met him, and it worked. The rest is history. Okay. I mean, she sent me the sprinkle cookies and I thought that they were amazing. I still think they're amazing. I'm a fan.
You guys sprinkle cookies.
But one last thing.
Okay.
I love this. Andy,
cookies for Christmas.
Clocking this.
Ever set adjoining rooms?
And I didn't ask for adjoining rooms.
Are Shane and Kian sharing a room? Well, they have two double beds.
Well,
that's an HR issue. Do you feel like they're blamed?
So wait. So is that Andy with gray hair? Who is that? I thought he wasn't having video anymore.
You for Kian is. He thinks I'm a pervert.
Well, we're going to blame you for walking into the room at 2 a.m.
Wait a minute. Why did you go in there? I wanted to talk him in. No.
Downhill. I
thought I'm going to go lock my door. So then I thought, oh, the boys, I bet they didn't lock their door. So Kian says this morning, what were you doing in our room? As if I was watching you or something. I just went in and locked the door. I didn't even ask for an adjoining room.
Who knows what your intentions were? You walked in, you saw he was awake. You didn't know that he would be awake. And then you were like, oh, I'm locking the door.
You're an asshole. What's the point of me locking my door? You would hear these two being legend. And you would.
Stop it.
You would. I don't know why you're making this like
it's only a big deal because you got caught.
Caught doing what? Exactly. That's what we don't know. You're peeping Tom.
What? Weird.
I actually cannot wait for the new rendition of Flipping Out to come out. I think it's going to be so good. But I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section. Again, don't forget to smash that like button. Welcome back to Up and Adam channel 2. Make sure you get subscribed, not you, Paige. And
that was Adam giving the news. Because he has the news and see what Adam had to say. So yeah. Hey, Renee, bestie. Stop by tomorrow or call me after. What are you doing tonight? I think my dad says he's fine. I don't think I visit him, but he's actually less stressed out. My sister there said she like wants us to cook dogs dinner. Shan, if you're watching, you're crazy. I don't know if she's watching or not. I gotta call her. She's still in the hospital, I think, but hopefully she'll come home today. So, all right, what else do we have going on in the world of Bravo? Let's see what else we can talk about. I feel like I don't have my oof today. I don't have my Krista today. You know what I mean? My like same energy. It feels like, oh God, I'm starting to freak out about my health. Here's the Brigitte. Oh my God, I can't stand you guys becoming Brigitte. I can't tell you how enough. Let me just give you the link. Let me just give you the link so you can just hand this one's link. You got to it's 7 episodes so far that she has. It is wild, goose chase, crazy, amazing. I just need to know everybody's opinion because I totally want to know what you guys think, if you believe this story or not, or you believe the conspiracy. It's hard not to. There's a couple key things that make you can't overlook, like the 20 years of her missing her life, where there's no pictures, not one picture from her marriage or her kids. And she's got these 3 kids that she said she gave birth to, but she didn't, because I swear to the man. Even when Gabby told me that, and I saw him, I saw the picture of him, I was like, oh yeah, you can tell. But I don't think, I'm like, oh, they must do things different over there. No big deal. It's accepted over there, not a big deal. And the thing is, it's not that people are trying to say that they're homophobic or transphobic or something. It's the lying. It's they're like, how can we be transphobic if you're not transgender? It's a whole thing. And there's a couple of journalists that have passed away doing the story. Serious. It's been going on for 10 years or so. Candace had she had started the story last year and she had to stop it. But finally she's able, she's getting letters from them during this whole thing that series that she's doing. She's asked them straight out to just, are you blah, blah, blah? Are you this person? Like I said, there's missing sisters, missing brother, dead sister, another sister that she didn't even ever mention or something, 2 sisters that passed, a niece that passed away, and then a brother, like I said, that's missing, but obviously they think that she's the brother, and then there's pictures, there's the facial recognition that says absolutely that they are the same person. She is her missing brother. It's fucking weird, guys. Transgender to a woman named Brigitte Macron, and he's Emmanuel Macron, and the husband, but he must be he's actually their nephew, but there's a picture of her nephew that looks just like him, and they're saying that he's missing. I mean, this is fucking crazy. I can't even, and that's only episode 2. And then one of the journalists that she worked with, Candace is working with over there, his name is something Brizard. He's the one who came up, he did the whole series Becoming Brigitte, so that's where she gets a lot of her information. I'm all messed up here. I leave my studio and come back in. I'll be right back. Sorry, it's the most wildest story I've ever heard. There's so much more than I thought. Yeah, I think she's coming home anyway. I mean, she's been there since Friday. So, what do you guys think about Ryan? I mean, I guess the Ryan Reynolds thing. What do you think about him being on Saturday Night Live? I mean, do you think it's a big deal or no? Do you think he was trying to be a dick? I mean, I don't know who came up with the skit. It was so stupid. It was just like I said. He just said, "Why? What did you hear?" That's it. I think it was weird if they didn't acknowledge him. Or they could have just not, you know what, they could have just not mentioned him at all or showed him at all. I'm sure people would have seen him and took pictures, but I don't know. It would have been better of them just to say nothing. Not have any kind of part into the skit, you know what I'm saying? And what do you think about her and her complaints, guys? So far, I guess these complaints are just coming out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know. They were sent to bloggers instead of Sony, or I don't know what's happening with this, and nobody can figure out where they came from. And I guess TMZ had denied it. TMZ said they weren't legit and didn't want them. Again, I thought Zach had them, so Yeah. Maybe he did. He probably did go through them on his episode, right? With Donna Bowling. Yeah. I mean, like Xavier Passard. That's the name of the guy, the journalist in Paris. So, yeah. Anything lately on with Justin Baldoni? 19 hours ago. Reynolds, we know the body jokes about it. Megyn Kelly confirms Blake Lively quote leaving the country. Oh my God. I guess they left the country today. Ryan Reynolds cringed Justin Baldoni. What is this? Sloan. Okay. Breaking news. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay, hold on. There's something going on. Let me.
Moment you met Justin, and then did you get to a point where you're like, well, I'm just going to make this public? This is all a chain here that
live.
People can read for themselves.
Okay, I may fast forward this so I don't get in trouble. I think I can do that. I'm sorry that I'm doing this live, but I just
create a smear campaign or anything like that. And there have been some serious allegations leveled against him that he's not making jokes about.
No,
that he's not creating movies and other things where he makes a joke about his situation. But he wants his justice. He wants a chance to be able to prove that he's a good person, and he is a good person.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but sorry.
Just be amazed.
I said this, didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone who's done anything like that, and so it so that they're related to at least the case you're dealing with, unless there's some good reason to not have it narrowly tailored.
Hold on, rewind this, guys. Sorry, I think we missed the part of it. I don't want to miss anything.
Which means at least one of the other ones came around the same time. If it's May, unless it was March.
Okay, hold on. This is good.
That the Swifties, might sack his line of hair ties or whatever with bad reviews too.
Okay.
Is Bryan Freedman here? Do we have? And we're at SNL's 50th last night. Just.
Fairness, because I love this. Exactly what we're talking about now. So we get Justin's lawyer's response on real time because he's live with Billy Bush. That's what I'm playing. Like the money is one thing. Like remember Johnny Depp, he wanted to go to trial because he wanted his name cleared because that's what's most important. Like his reputation is what has been lost, and money wise, but his first reputation. And I think that all the truth needs to come out. So settling's not going to get the truth out, right? Get the truth. Like we've seen the truth. You know what I'm saying? With Herman, the complaint's gonna be bullshit. I can't. Like he's gonna. I wouldn't settle either. This is his lawyer live right now. Thank God we caught this, Billy Bush.
The issue, and
discussing everything that happened in the last 4 days.
Years until you get your case heard.
Yeah. Well, Bryan, I've kept you for so long. I appreciate it. By the way, you said fires happen. You lost your own home. You've been working and going back and forth, and you're in hotels when you're around Los Angeles because of your own house. I'm so sorry about that, and I hope you've made progress on finding a
He lost his house. Bryan Freedman lost his house in the fires, guys. Wow.
Temporary here.
All
right, my man. Final thought for me on Blake and Ryan for today. In response to Justin Baldoni's rigorous defense of himself and the $400 million defamation countersuit that Blake issues this statement. Just remember this. She said, "This is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of sexual harassment and retaliation, and the abuser attempts to turn the tables on the victim." Accusing a man of sexual harassment is like the nuclear option, right? It's a loaded proposition because it wipes that man out.
Exactly.
Right? 6-7 years ago, with the advent of the hashtag Believe Her movement, or or slogan, whatever it was, Blake might have been able to escape scrutiny on this one and just crush Baldoni. But too many others, ruined it along the way. They proved that toxic femininity is just as real as toxic masculinity. It's toxic humanity, right? There's good people and bad people. No one's born with a set of chromosomes that make them, more predisposed to do evil. We've always known that. Does Blake still have time, though, to fall on the sword? Think about this. Did you Blake, if you had a parent or a grandmother who taught you,
he's not going to settle. So stop. He's trying to wonder why they won't settle. No, the truth needs to stay out there.
About good and
it makes them all go away. No,
evil that lives inside of us, because we all have a bit of both, right? Can you channel them? What if she just says, "Look,
she's not.
I was desperate.
No,
I went past the point of return. I lost my mind. I listened to the wrong voices. I am so sorry."
He's never going to do
that. If she did that, I would accept it. And I think Justin seems like the guy that he would accept it too.
Would she do that? She's never going to do it. She'd have to admit she lied about so many things, and she had so many people lie about. But Billy doesn't understand. If that happened, how many lies she'd have to admit to, and how many other people would have to admit that they lied as well. That's a huge ask. And that's not going to happen. She's not going to turn around. She went so far past the point of return. She went like divorce past. Like her husband should divorce her for lying about this. I don't think he gets it. I don't think Billy gets it.
No. I say if you just in all situations.
No.
Like if you do something terrible, just own up, say you're sorry, and let's forgive.
I need to say something.
Because we all have that in us.
No, Billy.
We all are predisposed to do the wrong thing.
Yeah, well, she
That's
really
what life
did
is.
a lot of wrong things, though. She did a lot of wrong things. Sorry, she did too many wrong things. Sorry. He doesn't understand how many wrong things that she did. Because there's other people involved that did a lot of wrong things, either for her or because of her or because of the lies that she told. And she has a lot of other people ruining other people's lives. If she would admit to the truth, if she admits that there is no admitting to the truth, because the truth is right in black and white. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, I don't like what part of this, I want to leave him a comment, because what part of that doesn't he understand? You know what I mean? It's not about that. Like, she's not going to apologize. She have to admit to so many fucking lies. And that's just not going to happen. Like, I don't think you realize it. Like, no, he just because he thinks that she gets, she'll come to her senses. No, she's blatantly lying when it's in black and white. She's still saying, it's like, no, it's purple. We're saying it's blue and white. And she said, no, it's purple. And we're like, no, it's blue and white. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the sky's blue. No, it's not as purple. It's like, no, we're looking at it. Don't believe your own eyes, though. Never believe your own eyes. You know, that's what she's trying to like. Yeah, don't believe your own eyes. Believe what I say, not what I did. That's basically believe what I say, not what I did. That's basically what she's saying. It's like, no, we're not going to believe it because what you said is also a lie. You took things out of what you said. You know what I mean? It's just like he's not understanding the whole picture here. There's a lot of like fucking things that she'd have to admit to, and a lot of bullshit. But like, I really don't think that she's not going to admit to her husband should leave her at this point. Oh, just Dustin's live right now. All right, guys. Well, who's here? I'm gonna leave Billy Bush a comment, but Amir, thanks for being here. I didn't know that Jonathan and Dustin were live right now. What time is it? Oh yeah, 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's no big deal. I mean, obviously I don't care, but we all have to have a conversation about that situation too before we end up looking like the bad guys. But yeah. So thanks for you guys, a couple of people that are just here. I just got TikTok just ended, so I gotta figure out how to get that on here so I was interacting with them a little bit, but they come and go. That's what makes the live more filled. I'm glad that we had Billy Bush, that was Billy Bush, and he actually had to have that was awesome that we caught that. So that was Billy Bush having Justin Baldoni's lawyer live, just acknowledging everything that just happened and how much it's bullshit. And he's just like, the truth is coming out. And Billy Bush thinks that this Blake Live is going to apologize. Should just apologize one day. She's going to wake up and realize she's wrong. That's not going to happen. She'd have to admit to a lot of stuff. So, and I was trying to get back to where I just was so I could leave a message or leave a comment, because I'm really confused on why he thinks that that's an option. It's just clearly it's not, you know. Here it is. Billy Bush, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna leave him a message. I mean a comment, but why we guys are talking. But I mean, yeah, that's I mean, I don't know what else do you want. You know what I mean? Like until we see what she has in this amended complaint, like it's what are you gonna add to it? You know what I mean? How can you add something like oh, there's no okay, cool, I get a comment there, so that many people commenting. Let me share this with you guys so you know. Hey Powder Girl. I'm glad that you were listening. Were you listening? So yeah, I was playing. That was awesome. I'm so glad that I caught that live. Bryan Freedman on Billy Bush Live, and it was like, thank God, because he was addressing everything that was going on this weekend. I was going to show you where I was commenting, but it looks really confusing. Did you see the plane that was upside down? Another plane crash. It landed upside down somehow and lost its wings. There's no wings to it. No wings. So it was in Canada, Air Canada. And it was, I forget what kind of plane, but it had 85 people on it. Nobody hurt. There's people that are hurt, but nobody was unalive. But when you look at it, it's upside down. It's upside down, literally upside down with no wings. And it looks like it smashed into something. It looks like it tried to land and it couldn't stop her. And I don't know if there's ice or something right there it slid on ice or something, and then they're trying to blame the tower people. It's like, guys, we'll never, I don't know what we're going to do. How are we ever going to meet? How are we going to have our cash trip? You know what I'm saying? When are we ever going to have our cash trip? How are we going to do that if none of us are going to get it? Because I'm not getting on the plane, y'all. Nope. And I don't know how I'm ever going to get to BravoCon. I don't even know if I think I want to go to, I don't even think I want to go to train. I don't trust them either. Because I don't know how planes just fall out of the sky. No. Nope. Because what if they, look, I'm afraid that somebody's messing with the tech and, the systems and making them crash, or the ley lines are changing, the planet's shifting, and the ley lines, because, they usually they don't really fly with oil or whatever it's called. They don't usually use the fossil fuels to make them fly. It's like the ley lines, right, or something. And I think that from them, the Earth shifting, the planet shifting, or the continental shift, whatever shifting, something has shifted if you look at the planets, right? I think maybe the ley lines are shifting, and maybe when they hit a certain point, there's no more whatever it is. I don't know nothing about aviation. I just heard this somewhere, and I thought, oh my God, that would make some sense to me, because I didn't realize that they use the ley lines to fly. Okay, yeah, yep, exactly. We knew, but road trip is my favorite too. I'm going to ask my dad. Sprinter van, yeah. I might ask my dad to get another house on wheels. He has a little trailer on wheels, but maybe if we bought if I got a tour bus, I'd be the house on wheels. You know what I'm saying? Like the motor cars or whatever. And my dad could drive across country and would pick everybody up on the way to Cali, right? You know what I mean? Pick every single one of you guys up, and then we'd be on a road trip. And that would be our cash trip. We would make it to LA where we would make it to Larges, and we would do some podcasting. We'd all do some podcasting at Larges and hang out, and then road trip back, drop everybody off. And the Sprinter vans, and we will definitely make sure that the Sprinter vans have cameras. My dad's going to be the driver. My dad's usually in here, Mike Clancy. I don't think he's on right now, though. He was on earlier. If you ever see him, tell him that he has to be our tour bus driver. And tell him what else is he doing with his life. He's retired, so he's just sitting around doing nothing. He's not even using the shore house, really. What else are we going to do? We have to figure out how we're going to get a house on wheels. Yeah, Mike Dad can drive. Exactly. Where's Mike Clancy at? So next time you see him on, I got to figure out how I can get all the chat together, because he can't see the whole chat, which pisses me off. I don't know how, and I have it on all destinations, but it doesn't. It says Facebook and that, but then he can't see them. Can't post comments. It's stupid. All destinations, stupid. But I might change it to restream tonight and see what happens. I paid for it, but they don't. I'm obsessed with my smoothing camera that I have right here. It's just it's a little subtle difference. It makes it look like I got my Botox and my filler done when I did it. Because I can't get it done now till July again. Unless I can. Maybe George might let me pay for it. He might pay. I don't want George to have to pay for it. It's a lot of money, and I really needed that. I usually get done every couple months. But I'm happy with it right now. But my whole point is, if I don't have the smoothing filter on, it feels like I didn't get it done, and I'm so insecure. I hate it. When I first started with Adam, you should see me before I got anything that I would sit there and pull my face back the whole time because I'd be looking at myself in the camera on the panel and just pulling my face back constantly. And then I got it done. And I took a picture of myself like this with a filter on my face, and I took it to the doctor. I said, make me look like my filter. I was like, you need to make my face look like that. Thank you. I'm happy with the work now. It's okay. I'm going to keep up with it. You know, I'm very happy with it. It gave me my smile back. It gave me, I was born with these bags under my eyes, literally born with them. And I've had them my whole life, and you got rid of them. And sometimes you'll see them when I'm tired. But like right now, because I had to have my glasses on, my eyes look small. It looked funny because I had glasses. But yeah. Seriously. Oh, and then what else was really good? I used to use I still use it. This cream, it's not hemorrhoid cream. Oh my god, what's it called? Oh my god, it's for like when you have sometimes it's for crepey skin. It's called Crepe Erase, but they have it for your face. And I'm telling you, or it's like you can get the other. There's like something that has the active ingredient, and I use it in between. And I'm telling you, it gets rid of your like little lines for like daily stuff. You know. I'm telling you, I recommend it highly. I recommend it if you ever have extra cash, or you want to. You can actually you can almost go finance it. I think it's the best. I'm telling you, it's the best thing I've ever been. Like honestly, it is the most. Like my two things that I'm telling you that I'm glad that the money has not gone to waste is that because I look at myself every day. You know what I mean? Like it's worth it to me. And my tanning bed, because I use it. I used to tan. I've been tanning ever since I was 18, right? I'm not gonna lie. I'm freaked out by Teddy right now. I'm freaked out by Teddy's melanoma. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you. Anything that makes it like I guess like hot, like something that tightens up. I know something else too. If you ever wake up and you have like extra puffier under your eyes, black tea, hot, like make it like you're making your tea, and then like literally take it, like soak it on your eye hot and hold on for like 10 minutes. And I'm telling you, take it off and it like the whole bag is gone. It looks like it deflates it. When I had Heather Gay's black eye gate, I had to actually look like I'm telling you, she had a friggin' reaction from it getting in like wearing makeup right after you get something done. Because I'm telling you, my eye puffed out there. I had like a sty or something, but anyway, my face. But I had anyway. That's what got rid of it. I'm telling you, I never knew that black tea bags. And even if you have like any kind of infection, like any kind of eye, what's it called, a sty or something, make sure you drip it all into your eye. The black tea, it instantly gets rid of it. It instantly like it like detoxifies it and it makes it go away. It's the craziest thing. I could not believe, and now I will never ever not have tea bags around. Because there's days where I do have puffy eyes, and I don't really, I don't really look like this every other day. This is the only time, you guys, I look like this. Even my hair doesn't look like this. I have all kinds of tips. Yes, hemorrhoid cream's the best too. Listen, it's like amazing. That's what's in the Crepe Erase. That's kind of what's in the Crepe Erase. There's other brands that actually CVS sells one of them, but I'm telling you, my doctor that I get this stuff done on my face, she recommends it. And I've been listening to her, and her doctor does it. I love that. He's so good. He knew exactly, because I was like, because my face is like a little bit wide, you know what I mean? And I needed this all pulled back without getting a facelift. So, and then I also needed a lot of filler up here. But, yeah, it took a while, but I'm happy with it now. I want Kyle's nose though. Kyle got her nose done. It made me want to get her nose done. Guys, I feel like we should check up on Teddy. It bothers me. I'm really devastated by that news, guys. Like and a lot of us are like, oh, we feel bad. We wouldn't have talked about it, but like we didn't know. Like we can't feel bad about things that we said because I was really bad. I'm really bad with Teddy. You notice I'm actually calling her by her first name. I've been calling her Freddie for a long time, and I've been calling her Fetch for a long time. And just recently, I called her not Miss Non-Accountability. And like me and Dana were like, oh, we feel so bad, but we can't feel bad because we didn't know what she was going through. She didn't know. You know what I mean? So it's like, we go, I wish we didn't talk shit, but like, we can't just not talk. That's our job. You know what I mean? And it's our opinion. And it's like, we don't know what somebody's going to end up having. So as bad as we feel we probably should, because we didn't know. Now we're definitely never going to do that because, I mean, she needs all the support she can get. And we're not assholes. I don't hate the girl. I'm really, at this point, I'm very upset for her. I was actually was I crying this morning? When was I reading it? I was getting very emotional today. I was reading the story earlier. Was it earlier? I think it was, I can't remember if it was earlier or yesterday. Guys, was that earlier? Anyway, I was getting emotional reading it. I wanted to see an update. Did I already do that today? Remind me. Was that yesterday or today? Oh, God, Krista. Earlier? No, it couldn't have been. Krista, shut up. I'm assuming I did check on Teddy already today, right? Because I want to know what they said about the other tumors. Because my neighbor, like I said, she lives with one in her brain, like brain tumor. They can't get to it. And I'm pretty sure that it's been like a year or two, maybe even 3. Her name's Miranda. And I think they try to take some of it out, but she had radiation, but she lives with it. She's normal, she has kids and she stays home. And I don't know, I think she said one day she might not wake up or something like that. I don't want to be too morbid, but it's like there's nothing really they can do. And I don't think that it's cancerous, but I don't know. She said I could just not wake up one day. But anyway, point is, she's been a long time and she doesn't have anything visually, nothing like, with her speech or anything. I'm just saying, like, she lives with it, so it's possible. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize I was going to get emotional like I did. It was really hard. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know I don't blame you. I was, yeah. I just can't even. My heart is like broken for her. Like right now, it feels really heavy, And it's like I am such an empath that like I wish that I could change it. You know what I mean? Like you wish that you just feel so helpless because I don't even know her. Like you wish. I just want to send her love and light. Let's just send her a lot of love and light right now. Let's send her. Let's imagine like white light coming out of us and going straight over to her, like telepathy wise, and just send all love and light right to her whole entire soul. And just gotta say our prayers or whatever, or however you do it, but let's send her so much love and light because she doesn't deserve to go through this at all. Nobody does. And I don't know. I don't care what you've done in your life. Let this be a lesson that she gets through. If this is something that her soul contracted, then let her learn her lesson and get through it and move and get better and move on with her kids and let her watch her kids grow. She has a 4-year-old daughter. I was 37 when first time I found out my mom had cancer, and it broke me. It broke me because, all of a sudden, like my mom, we're all close. I was still living at my parents, Yeah, 4-year-old daughter. I forgot that, and just her kids were so young. And I was 37 and I couldn't handle it. I ended up doing drugs. Like I self-medicated with drugs and I did the wrong thing and I couldn't. So I can't imagine being as young as they are. And her 4-year-old daughter probably doesn't understand any of it. I like this. I'm glad it was nice to see, of course, her ex-husband, or not soon to be ex-husband. I'm glad he was there with her because that's home to her. Anything that she can do to make her feel home, at home. I'm not alone, because imagine if they were, I don't know. I'm sure he would be with her no matter what. The kids are the most important in her health, and you don't just unlove somebody and you don't just unsupport them, their family at this point. I was glad to see Edwin there and that she's surrounded by a lot of people. So let's just try sending her love and light because I don't know how else to. It brings up so many things, and they're like, oh, she's so healthy and it could happen to anybody. And it's so strange how that happens, isn't it? It always seems like the people that are the healthiest and do the other things, it kind of gets them like that. I don't know if it's like because you don't. And I thought this before, and I don't know if I heard this or I thought this myself, but so say there's like people like me, right, who has done drugs. I did drugs for 25 years. I probably had $1 million bills that were disgusting up my nose. Who knows what this? You know what I mean? Like, of course, I know now I don't have anything, but just imagine the germs. Like, so you build up a tolerance for different things, like all kinds of germs and nasty. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. And remember passing joints around when we were younger. Would we ever think, why would we do something so disgusting? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm thinking at one point maybe being such a scumbag drug addict, you build up some kind of a tolerance for all kinds of like diseases. So maybe when you're not, like, I'm thinking like maybe that's what it is. Like, I don't know, because cancer I know is something that all right, we're not gonna get into spiritual reason, but I'm just saying like it could happen to anybody. I think maybe it's something we all have in us, and maybe at certain times, certain things trigger it, like certain emotions or certain events, or maybe this had soul contracts. But you know what? My mom's gotten through it 4 times. Okay, 4 times, and we thought we were losing my mom. Tumors in her tongue. I mean, so if my mom can get through it, Teddy can get through it. And it's that melanoma. Oh my God, I didn't even realize. It's just telling her love and light, and whatever it is, that it's not cancerous, and that they can get those tumors out, or she can live with it and raise her kids. So sorry, I didn't mean to get dark there. I just I want to make sure that we send her love and light, and that Dana and I don't feel like we can't feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't know. No, she's not. Dana's not her favorite person either. You know what I mean? And Teddy gets it. You know, nobody wants to do it. Like, at this point, it's like this is the kind of thing where you just forget all that and you go and you just support your girl, a girl. Not a girl, but just not your friend. But I'm just saying, like, you know, at this point, like, if I was in the same city, I would be sending her flowers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can actually. Is that a bad idea? What if we sent flowers? Like, we feel like, I mean, I'm just, maybe I would send her flowers from like maybe just other content creator. You know what I mean? Just from like, we could put our names on there. You know, who it came from, and just say that we were supporting her with. Is that a good idea? Or something like I don't know, like maybe a fruit thing. I don't know. I want to send her something and let her know that we're all thinking and praying for her and thinking of her. And is that something you guys we could do? I mean, I'll pay for it. We can put our names on. I don't know. Is that weird? But we don't know her personally, but like, obviously, like I don't know. I wanted to know that even just the people that don't even know her personally are rooting for her. You know, that fuck all this Bravo bullshit. Like, we put that aside and we genuinely want her to get better and genuinely are there for her. You know what I mean? Is that weird? It might be weird. Let me know. DM me and let me know if you think that's weird. I'll see how much it is to send some kind of gift or flowers or something. Maybe just like I don't know, something. What could we send? It feels personal, right? It does, doesn't it? What could we? All right, maybe just like you know what? Maybe I'll just make like a reel or something, or just saying that, you know, we are all there for you, and our short, what do they call it, our video? You know what I'm saying? A short video or something, and just circulate. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I'll send her love and light. I don't want to be weird about it. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe I'm sure she sees all the support that she's getting online. I don't want to be weird about it, like I just said. I'm just so emotional. I'm such an emotional mess. And I have my, you know what, like I'm like menopausal too, so like everything makes me cry, but that really, because I just think about what my mom's been through. I want to make sure it's something in her name, something that she is involved with, that something that she's involved in. You know what I mean? I don't want to because I kind of, the charity thing, I want to make sure maybe donate something that she supports, you know, in her name. Like, you know what I mean? A donation is in her name, somebody that she supports. Because I know maybe some things are listed. Probably a lot to do with the horses. You know? I know, and I just feel weird. You know, I feel like a weirdo. I'm probably too much, you know what I mean? Like, I know I probably overwhelmed. Like, in the very beginning of doing this, I didn't understand podcasts post etiquette where like you're not really supposed to send somebody a million DMs that are like a million pages long, just rambling about podcasting and thinking that, you know, like when somebody says, oh, we need your opinion on this, blah, 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 on the podcast, they really don't mean it. Like, they don't mean it literally. And I would take things very literal. And I would like respond back to Ryan Bailey and his DMs like a psycho. And I was like, that is so, I'm so inappropriate. Like, I didn't realize how inappropriate that was until I started doing this. So I'm a little much. I'm like, there's a way to delete all the ones in like Instagram, but like in Patreon, you cannot go and delete your DMs or messages, your personal messages, and they're from 2020, and they're still there. And I wish I could get rid of them, but I don't know if he's ever even read them. I know, because literally, like, I have no reason to literally dislike Teddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking shit. I just call her the Jackie of the West Coast, the Jackie, you know, Jackie from Jersey. Like, you just refuse to be fired. You know what I mean? That's all I've been saying. But that's it. And I miss unaccountability. But now it's like, who cares about all that? It's so dumb compared to what she's going through. You know what I mean? I would just be like, I totally never think about it again. Now just like all of us, it's time for women and all of us to just, everybody just to be there for it at this point, send her love and light, and just stop being weird about it. I thought that was this morning, wasn't it? I know, because I can't stop thinking about it too. Like, I think about it a lot when I'm watching this stuff, because I'm just like, I hope she's okay. I'm waiting for an update, and I don't want to be weird like constantly. I'm like, can't refresh because just I want to know, make sure like, what's the next steps. Is she like? I hate to be spiritual about it, but maybe you know, she doesn't need to go through any kind of radiation or anything. And I don't know. I just praying that maybe they don't have to do that. Maybe it's not as bad as they thought or something. Because I know what my mom went through, and it's just not good on your body. It's just, I'm not exactly trusting. I don't really exactly trust doctors either. I hate to say that, but like, god damn, I don't. And it's like I struggle with it so badly. Like, I wish that I could talk to a doctor that also understood other forms of medicine. You know what I mean? Like, not Western medicine. I guess you would call it like West Coast. Like more spiritual. Like, I don't know. Let me just stop now, because you know it's not my journey. But I am going to keep sending love and light, like try to imagine. So I've always done this for a while. Like, not that I think, you know, we're all like these powerful people, but like I just imagine sending love and light, healing love and light to her, from our heart to hers, you know. And I know that means something in the universe, at least. It will get to her somehow. So I think the more the better. Just like more prayers, the better. Yes, the intentions. I love you for saying that. Yes. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Exactly what you send our intentions out there, and the universe listens to us. That's why, guys, you laugh at when I say I want to make sure. I tell every year I'm a year younger. I'm never going to be a year older. He'll ever go. I don't know if you heard me, but me and Large just said it. My birthday, we have been telling the universe like assholes every year that we are a year older, and guess what happens? We get a year older because we tell them we're a year older. I'm going to tell them we're a year younger now until I'm back to 35. So my birthday that just passed, I turned 30. I turned 45, so I'm going down. But I think I'm just going to say 35 at this point. You know what else is very strange about time, guys? Doesn't it feel like from January 1st until now, feels like everything that's happened, doesn't it feel like it's been 3 or 4 months? It's time has seemed to have, like, this chunk of time, so much has happened, and I cannot believe that January 1st was only 6 weeks ago. All the things that the country has gone through, right? It doesn't feel like it's only been, it feels like it's been months and months, a long time. But then if I think from 2017 until like 2021, I know that's 8 years. I do not feel like that 8 years went by. That I don't even know where that year went. I feel like what didn't even happen. It's like, I feel like for some reason, like it just wasn't there. And then like all of a sudden now, this last month and a half has felt like a year. It's like time has stopped. There's so much happening, but I feel like how can all that have just happened? Just How could all the plane crash and the things that happened on January 1st, the two attacks, everything that's happened, how did it all happen? How's that all happened in just like it's only been, and another person has only been why do I keep saying the other person? Trump's only been in president for less than a month, and it's like, doesn't it feel like months? Am I being crazy? I don't know. Come here, Mums, come here. Guess what? Meow Meow's here. Sterling Murray, come here. Show everybody how cute you are. You never want to come up here anymore. Come here, show everybody. Mums, come here. Here's Sterling Murray. You know what happens? You guys know when they start all coming in here. It means their dad's not feeding them. Come here, little Murray. My baby's getting scared. She's the one who hugs me. Like she'll literally crawl up here. Come here. Come here. Show everybody how you give me huggies. Come here. Come here, Mama. Come here. Show everybody how you're alive. Come here. Why won't you come on my lap, Mom? You always do. Come here. Come here, baby kitten. Why don't you stay with your mom? Come here. Exactly. It's so great. Yeah, like that was crazy. Oh, the one guy who blew up his Sterling Murray, he blew up his, what's it called? The car, Elon Musk car, right in front of the Trump Plaza, and then the terror attack. There were 2 terrorist attacks, and the guy that ran his car down the street in New Orleans. He ran over a bunch of people in New Orleans, like 2 terror attacks. Those 2. Then the plane crashes. They were on January 1st. Then there's plane crashes a couple weeks ago. Tons of them, but the 2 major ones, the one in Philly and the one that it looks like a missile, not a plane coming down. We still don't know why it happened. Like nobody's telling us anything, right? And then like what else happened? A lot of stuff happened, and then other plane crashes. Like I'm missing stuff. I know that. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I was trying to show you Sterling Murray. Sterling Murray. Where are you, Sterling Murray? I'll show the camera on her. Why is the camera not on you? Look at the baby cat. Look at the cat. So say hi, Mom. Yeah. It's like 6 weeks. Isn't that crazy? And then all the freaking drones, guys. The drones that were happening. Where'd they all go? Where's all the news about it? Mainstream media is never covering it. It's crazy. And honestly, like I had to stop too because I started to get like really mad about the drones and the orbs because I was looking at a certain different, you know what I mean? And I didn't want the negative part of that to be in my zeitgeist. So I don't trust me. But when I watch TikTok and all, I feel like TikTok and all the younger generation that I don't watch mainstream, they are truth tellers, man. They are truth finders. They are truth getters. And so I watch these like compilations on YouTube from TikTokers that are people that bring it, and it's like a rabbit hole, but it is amazing. It's always up to date, and it's like, you know, people that I'm so impressed. Like I keep saying this, I didn't understand. So a long time ago, back in before 2012, something happened, and I remember like all spiritual lies they kept saying. I was like, how is this planet going to be fixed? How are we ever going to fix this? Because talking about the deep state, and they kept saying that's the younger generations, the crystal children coming in, we're going to be the ones to change everything, right? And don't you fucking know? I was like, that's not possible. We don't have time for them to get older. How are they all going to be in politics? I don't understand. Now look at how all the generations younger than me, they are all over this crap. They are taking all the things I've learned from like Amun-Ra, Marduk, from like, you know, the spiritual realm, and breaking it up like Dolores Cannon, and they break it up at TikTok, and they tell it, they say they find it and they believe it and they talk about it, and then all the TikTokers, they make like just compilations of politics, and they get everything correct. It's just crazy. I'm so impressed. So now I see how they're changing everything because they are bringing so much truth to the platforms that everybody's watching because nobody trusts mainstream media. And even though I'm saying it's TikTok, but it is impressive, these younger kids, and how smart they are and how much truth they find, and they bring things together and they talk in a way that's like, you know, open-minded, where they're not telling you what to believe. It's just how all the things that have been so it is very touchy. It is. But I'm just so impressed with the younger kids, the younger generations, and how they just bring truth to everything, and how they're taking everything that I've learned for so long, like learned through, just, I don't know if you know what the I am prophecies and all that crap, Ram and Ra, like the sun god and all that crap, just everything that was like, I never thought of feeling like because my parents, they skipped that generation. They're still stuck. I'm gonna say the 3D world, but like, they believe what they believe. I was raised Catholic, and not my biological dad knows we're aliens. He knows we're aliens, which is the craziest thing, because I didn't know that he was into. I didn't know what I didn't know until recently. And he's like, my dad started talking, my biological dad, not the ones that comes on here. Anyway, long story short, he gets it. And he feels like I feel it. I'm like, that's crazy, because we look at my brother and I'm like, he's not one of us. I've been telling you that since the day he was born. My brother Sean. It's like, he's not one of us. Told you, he's not one of us. Told you. I was kidding. Because he's like, I don't believe in aliens. But anyway, Sterling Marie, nobody can see your face. Nobody can see your face. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on, let me see if I can get a bigger picture. Let me get a bigger picture with the mom-moms, right? Get a picture with the mom-moms. All right. I want everybody to see your face. Let me push it down. Oh, there we go. There we go, mom-moms. There she is. I know. Aren't they amazing? Our kids are such younger. I'm telling you. So even like my like Marines kids, and just like how smart they are, and just good freaking kids. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, very proud. Like, it just, I don't have my own, but like my nieces and nephews, I'm so impressed. It makes me feel so much better about the future, and how much they're recognizing how like they are just really extremely smart and like way smarter than us. And they have to teach us a new way of, they got to do it a new way. They can't teach the old way. Come here, moms, come here. Come up here like you always do. Come this way. No, come this way. She's too big to come up this way. Come up this way like you always do. Watch her. Come here. Come here. Here she comes. Come here. Come here. Oh, good girls. Come here. Come here. Here, mama. Come on. Come here. There she goes. There she goes. My little lover. Yeah. My mama's getting over. Oh, where you been, Mama? We sleep like this every night, don't we, Mama? Come here. Oh, baby, come here. Come up here. Come here, Mama. Okay. We sleep like this every night. See, little baby kitten lovers. Oh, everybody sees my kittens. I'm sorry, I can get a kitten. Come kiss it. Give me kisses. Come here. All right, you're too big. We'll go sleep, so we sleep like this, don't we? Where you been? No, where you been, Mama? She's my baby kitten. So I'm telling you, she's my hybrid alien angel baby. Come here, come up here. Climb up. You're too happy, Mama. Come here. Where you go? We could leave them out, right? Seriously, like, I can't stand. I love her so much. But all right, guys. I love it. I know. Listen. Take me with you, please. Come here. Where you going? Are you uncomfortable? Come here, Mama. What are you waiting for? I'm not waiting for you. You need to come back over here. You need to come back over here. I want to sleep with you now. Oh, my sluggy bug bugs. Oh, my sluggy bug bugs. Isn't she a sluggy rungy bug bugs? I'm upset. Listen, I don't have kids. I have cats, but I swear they're from the angelic realm. They bring me so much love and joy. Like, I can't even deal. Like, I have 7 of them. It's ridiculous, isn't it? 7. 6 really, but 7. I gotta stop. I can't do this. You see? Come here. What are you doing? Let's go. Come back now. You better come back up here right now. Don't remember me. Here. Come here. She's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. She's so little, too. She's never really gotten that much bigger than this. Yeah, you don't even understand how I got her. I don't know if I ever told you the story, guys. Listen to the story real quick. She was on the side of the road in Philly. She's a kitten. And her mom, she had never left her mom. Her mom got hit by a car. And somehow, I guess the mom had walked away and died somewhere else, but she wouldn't leave the spot where her mom. She was little. She didn't know what to do. And she, for days, she was like there. And my friend kept seeing her, and like she would come sit on my friend's lap. Like finally, she's like, I got to take this. Because she called me. She's like, you got to take this cat. She wanted to make, and she told me the story. And I looked at her face. I said, bring her to me now. And I looked like she might have got hit a little bit, but we took her to the vet and she was fine. But she was so little. And she's literally, since the day I met her, she's been like my soulmate. It's been like 2 years. But like I have pictures of how we sleep. That's literally how we sleep. And I'm telling you, when I heard the story, she didn't know where to go. I was like, you have to bring her to me now. And I just love her to death. I tell her she's never allowed to leave me. She's my first babies. Come here, Mama, please come back. And we love each other so much. I literally don't leave my house for less than 2 hours. When I was staying at my parents just recently and help my sister, I was losing it. I hate being away from my house, my cats, and my husband. I never leave them for more than 2 hours. Here comes the other one too. All right, they're all coming in. That means they're hungry. They're bored and hungry. They're like, Mom, what are you doing? Come here. Here comes sweet Marie. Exactly. You're speaking my language, girl. Be guys, be careful. Don't be doing that right there. All right, guys. Well, that was the best thing we could have found was that live with Justin Baldoni's lawyer. I mean, that just says it all right there. Exactly it's like, this is bullshit. And she wants truth. Let the truth out. You want to bring text messages out, then we're going to see yours too. That's why I don't know why he's not saying that back, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I guarantee you the smoking gun is in that message. There's text messages between her and her husband, her and Ryan. I would love to see what they say back and forth. She wants every single message she's ever had. 2.5 years, great. You too then, bitch. You too then. Remember that, because you need to be like, and if then they need to be deposed. You want to know everything? Then guess what? Then we'll know everything. We'll get deposed. We'll ask all the questions. You want to lie? Can't lie. You can't recall. Then then that sticks. Then we go to court. Then you lose your case. Can't recall, or you tell the truth, or you lie on it under oath. It's kind of like being under oath. You know what I'm saying? So if she wants all this truth to come out, and it might even be illegal for it might even be like against like the rules. They ask for subpoena these messages. It's just fucking nuts. Isn't it crazy? It makes me nuts. The double standard it's outrageous, and I don't understand. It's like, we don't have to even believe. I keep saying this. At this point, we don't have to believe one or the other. We can see with our own eyes. We have eyes to see. And, we believe our own eyes. If they're telling us not to believe what we see, because I'm not going to listen to. If you're going to tell me that I'm not reading what I'm reading, then you're crazy, Ryan and Blake. You're absolutely nuts if you're going to tell me that I'm not reading what I'm saying. That you didn't lie, and you didn't omit things, and you didn't make things sound like they were. Here comes the other one. Make things sound worse than they were. It's so Amber Heard. It's outrageous. And it's like, how do you even sleep at night? Like, how do they sleep at night? Knowing what they did to this what did Justin Baldoni ever do so horrible that he deserved to lose his career and his character, his reputation, money? Like, honestly, to treat him like that, knowing he's such a good guy. And he's like, this is going to hurt him and his family. And you motherfuckers can sleep at night? I don't understand it. Like, your soul is dark. Like, that's the only thing I can think about, is how dark your soul must be. Because what in the fuck did he do to deserve what they're doing to him right now? Think about it. His wife and he's got a, people think he's an SAer. They think that he's like, just because, and for his agent, that stupid Ari guy, to not even read the lawsuit and understand what really happened, to put him out there like that, like, oh, what the, it's like crazy to me, dude. It's a shame. And you know what? I don't believe it. I will not settle, because I want this shit all out. You want all the truth out? We're going to put it all out there. We are not settling. Settling means that maybe nobody sees all the evidence, because it's bad enough they have to put it out there in a lawsuit anyway. Good. I'm glad they're allowed to do that, because she wants the truth out. Then guess what? The truth can keep coming out. Because I feel like the truth is behind, the smoking gun is behind her and Ryan's messages. So I hope they amend that complaint. You know what? I don't even know if the judge agreed to this. Actually, I don't think it's ever going to, I don't even think it's going to happen. But I would, if I were Justin, I would let them do it. And then let the judge decide what's valid and what's not. Not everything has to be out there, but they can look through it and say, look, the judge can be like, there's Mr. Man. The judge can say, look, this is relevant or not. And it could be completely, their personal business can say the personal business, but I want to see Ryan and Blake. I want to see their messages. Oh, wasn't that weird? Dude, it weird and uncomfortable for other guys at SNL. I mean, honestly, because what are they going to? Are they going to talk about it with other people? It would be weird not to see them and not bring it up. It's like maybe they should have just not went. That's what I keep thinking. And even if they were invited a long time ago, people don't know what to say to you at this point because what they're saying and what you're saying, it's like you're fucking fucked up. And who knows what you can say about me? I don't know what. I don't even know you like that. I don't want to be around you. I don't like the way that you move. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the way you move at this point, Ryan and Blake, because at this point, what we've seen is you're Amber Heard. Like you went to Amber Heard School of Life. And for your husband to see the truth and still be on your, I don't understand. It's like, where's the disconnect here? Can somebody tell me what I'm not saying that they are? Is there something like, what is the big deal? Why do you hate them so much? Where's the other evidence? You have other evidence? Because what you have doesn't add up to me. And the math ain't mathin', lady. It doesn't add up to hate losing his job, his career, his life, to make him lose everything because you want to steal a movie? To me, that doesn't even math. Like, that doesn't even add up. You're having a production company. Go make your own million. He makes Deadpool. Why do you need to steal this movie? That's the thing. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, why did this start? Don't tell me about it. And maybe because her reputation got fucking fucked because she's an asshole. Well, she was trying to steal the movie the whole time. She changed so many things, but for her to turn around and like lie on him like that, it's just so fucking nuts. Just to take the movie when she had credit for the movie anyway. So, like, where did it start? I don't understand. Yes, I love her. I love her. I love her. Is it Lady C? Lethal Lauren. No, I said there's I don't know her, but there's a Lady C, who literally sent Colleen Hoover a nasty fucking message on YouTube. It was amazing. Like, how dare you come back on Instagram and say nothing? Colleen Hoover, the book owner lady, after she went after just like. Listen, they've all picked the wrong hill to die on. Colleen Hoover, Ari Emanuel, that guy, his agent guy that dumped him. They're all picking the wrong hill to die on. I don't get it. Let them keep supporting somebody that without finally looking at all the. It's like, what do you not believe? It's like you're telling us not to believe our own eyes. That's crazy. I don't trust people that tell me not to believe my own eyes. I'm sorry, that was weird to me. Like, you're telling me that this is what happened, but we're seeing something different. And I don't like people that do that. That freaks me out. You people are weird. Ryan Reynolds and what's your name? Blake Lively, Gossip Girl. Like, it has to be weird and uncomfortable because, again, they probably see the truth too. And like, what do you do when this weirdo is like making stuff up about other people? Do you want to be around him? I don't be around you. You're going to tell people that maybe I grabbed your butt or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? What if some allegations come out that, oh, Ryan Reynolds, it's wild. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't trust to be around him at this point because we don't know the whole truth. Like she says, she's amending her complaints. What are you doing? You're adding things on. What are you adding on? Did you forget things? I'm confused. You've already made your allegations. You've already said the things you said. You said what you said. So what do you mean? You're amending your complaint. So you're adding on more what? You're changing your story because you already look like a fucking asshole. You know, Ryan, like, no matter what you guys do at this point, and that's another thing, Billy Bush, he's not understanding. An apology, there's no apology here. There's no saying I'm sorry and just accepting that. No, you have tried to ruin my life. Sorry does not, no. I want the money. I'm not gonna take a sorry from you. I don't ever want you to say sorry to me. I want the truth to be out there, and I want it to be, I want it to be acknowledged by the court of law. Don't fucking ever say you're sorry to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Billy Bush thinks that this is something you just say you're sorry and just give you some money and go away. No. This needs to be like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard fucking court thing. Because poor Justin is still getting bullshit. Like, it sounded like Billy Bush was laughing at Justin. And I know he's probably just trying to, prove a point to people that, like, no matter what, like, there's no evidence. Like, you cannot like Justin, but there's still no evidence. Shelley's son was accused of abuse. I don't know what that means. That she blamed. Listen, you want to be an asshole, things are going to start coming out about you. You want to disappear and act like you don't have any Instagram when you literally were backing and then you put your Instagram back and you take off. Like, what are you? You're a coward. That's what she is, a coward, Colleen Hoover. And that Lady C sent her a message basically calling her a coward and a horrible journalist and a horrible person. And how dare you not say something and I was wrong or I picked the wrong hill. I don't know. But I want to know. I'll look her up though. There's a lady, Lethal Lauren. Okay. She's probably, yeah. I mean, there's so many of them that are like, I'm telling you, I'm so proud. And especially on X too. Like they say what needs to be said, and they don't care. They're not worried about these people being so much more famous, because at this point they look at these people. I don't think they even, the generations that are all into this, they don't really care about fame. They don't care if you're famous. They care if you're a good person. Like, you know what I mean? Like at this point, it wouldn't be, look what happened with the, I want to say it. Never mind. She's Colleen Hoover's a lady who she owns the book, right? She wrote the book. It Ends With Us. She was backing up Colleen. I'm backing up Blake for a while, but she sold the rights to Justin. She picked Justin. It's a whole thing. And then she disappeared. She took everything. She was backing Blake, and then the truth came out. She disappeared, and then she came back online the other day, and they were writing her nasty messages. So be it. Like, why did you disappear? You say nothing. Like, what? Like, no. I want to see if I can find it. And I was sharing. Actually, remember I was sharing the message. I think Lady C had sent her that message, and I want to see maybe if she responded to her, or if she said anything. I remember sharing it. See if anybody's I'll share my screen. Hold on, because there's some good ones on X. Fans that see follow you. That's the thing that Teresa's on. That Jen Naden's not going to. Reese's in the hospital. Who cares? All right. Shut up. Oh, okay. Here. Well, here it is. Seriously, Colleen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is main class right now. So this is what All right. Yeah. Colleen. I want the whole thing. Where's it at? Exactly. Read this tweet. Seriously, Colleen. Write it down. Where's the other one I shared? Lady seeing Colleen H. Oh, was that other lady too that you said you had mentioned? I don't want to follow her, but where's the latest stuff? Did you notice Colleen on Story 12? Where's the latest? Where's the? I don't get it. Lady C. I wonder if Colleen responded to her. Oh my God. She's has a lot to say about recently. Let me see if there's anything to you guys can see it, that's right. I want to know if she responded back to her yet. Guys, what are you doing? All right, let's see. She said something about the other night that just happened the other night. Where did this go? Oh my God. So this is Lady C. This is a couple of her posts. It's amusing to see how culprits react when the chickens come home to roost. I am being told that Blake Lively is at some pains to get the point across to all and sundry, especially Taylor Swift, who suddenly is too busy to have 40-minute chats as of an old that Taylor Swift wasn't booed at the Super Bowl. What the fuck? And a part of Justin Baldoni mess, but Donald Trump was in the audience. I don't know what the hell she's saying. Sorry, I thought that was even more. Okay, no, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. I want to know what she said. I don't know what that meant, but she said something about that you're a read manual person. One has to question both the judgment and the arrogance of Hollywood's supposed leading agent, Ari Emanuel, as of FWME. Not only does he represent two of the most notorious archetypes of feminine toxicity in the shape of Blake Lively and Meghan Markle, but he was weighted on behalf of the vulturous Mrs. Reynolds and her husband, City Reynolds, by arguing a case for a couple of the most illogical grounds while also betraying an unsettling element of racism. Emmanuel proudly asserts that he fired the infinitely more talented Justin Baldoni, which of course was a smaller name than the couple, because Lively and Reynolds are good people who have been in the business for decades and have never had any bad press about them. Since when was an absence of bad press proof that people are good, she says. Such a hypothesis is illogical, and its illogicality is further proven by the fact that Baldoni himself never had any bad press until Lively and her adoring husband waded in, hijacked his movie, and then issued proceedings against him. And this on the spurious grounds that he had sexually harassed her because he said that she smelled good. Peculiarly, she made no complaint when Anderson Cooper said the same thing in circumstances that were innocuous as they're governing the Baldoni comment. Bad as that is, what is infinitely worse and what seems to have been overlooked by everyone is how Emmanuel has brazenly and I can't understand these words, these huge words, racially profiled Baldoni. He referred to Baldoni, whose father's Italian extraction, as baloney. Okay. This is crazy. Okay, baloney. I didn't realize all that. Where did I go? Baloney. Emmanuel is fortunate that he made the comment in the U.S., where free speech is protected by the First Amendment. Had he made the identical comment in the United Kingdom, he could be charged with the criminal of racist speech. Emmanuel's racist comment is offensive in the extreme, and anyone with a nuanced knowledge of the subject will have picked up on it. I did because I have a matrilineal Jewish great-grandmother and regarded by Jewish Orthodox Jews despite being Christian, and I am aware of this disdain in certain quarters for products of unions between Jews and so-called Goyim. Sorry if I'm saying this stuff wrong. Both Emmanuel and Baldoni both have Jewish mothers. Emmanuel's father is Jewish, and the Emmanuel family is proudly and assertively Jewish. Baldoni's father, on the other hand, is of Italian extraction. Emmanuel's allusion to Baldoni's Italian heritage was not only unnecessary, but it has also betrayed him as someone who appears to harbor disdain for mixed marriages. Sadly, I suspect he will likely get a free pass despite his flagrant racism, because most people will be too afraid to not be accused him of being accused of racism if they address an inherent nature of his comment. But I am not afraid, because I am the product of a mixed Jewish and Christian background with an insider's knowledge of the prejudice attended upon with such unions, as I can openly say that if anyone is racist, it's Ari Emanuel. I condemn him roundly for his racism. Holy shit. Good for her. Good for her. I wish that other post was up. I don't know where it went, but I mean, good for her. I agree. I didn't think of it that way. What else did she say about this today? I trust most people are happy. Did I say this already? I trust most people are happy to share the congratulations with Saturday Night Live's NBC on their momentous anniversary. And of course, Ari Emanuel has pulled there. But weren't the expressions of Kevin Costner and Cher a veritable picture when Ryan Reynolds was making light of the devastation him and his wife have brought to the lives, careers, and fortunes of Justin Baldoni, Wayfair Studios, Steve Erowitz, and Jamie Heath, to name a few, but to whom they have sucked into their mainstream maelstrom. Their disapproval of such pain made light was palpable, and I gather from my bongo drums their sentiments are shared by many. Not all A-listers are money-crazed psychopaths. A friend of mine who is Hollywood Realty explained. Evidently, no matter what happens, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are headed towards the Pariah Pavilion. She is not afraid to say. It's crazy how these people are just. They don't see it's in front of their face. It's weird. It's like, don't believe your own eyes. I don't understand. I want to believe my own eyes. You're going to tell me not to believe my own eyes? That's weird. I'm not going to trust you then, you know? All right, guys. Sorry. Oh, let me see. Here are some. Oh, okay. He's a brother of former. Oh, wow. That's what she was kind of saying. Yeah. And this is craziness, right? Why are we what are we not seeing? We're not crazy, right? All right, guys, I'm going to go eat some dinner. Take care of these cats. Love you for hanging out with me for this long. It's been amazing. I missed you guys. Wednesday, I guess it's Beverly Hills, right? What's the name start this week? Atlanta or something? What's going on? I forget what's happening. I will get in touch with everybody. Thanks for staying and hanging around. I'm getting so tired. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Please comment, like, and subscribe.